You can. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ross Jernstrom here at Westside Field. It's a beautiful afternoon, a little chilly, a little windy, but sunny skies out here for the game this afternoon between Central and Westside. Westside comes into the game with a 4-4 record, while the Eagles are 2-5 on the season. I'll tell you what, the wind's going to play a big factor today out here at Westside. Temperature right now is 47 degrees, but the wind is out of the northwest at 21 miles per hour. Feels more like 39 degrees right now here at Westside, but the sun is out, a little bit warmer for that. Let's take a look at the ratings right now. Currently from the Omaha World Herald and Mike Patterson, he has Millard South number 1, followed by Lincoln East at 3rd, Creighton Prep. Then comes Millard North, Bellevue West, Millard West, Papio South, Papillion La Vista, at number 9, Gretna, and at number 10, the Westside Warriors. Now let's take a look at the team stats for both teams. First, Westside. Their earned run average is 2.86. Hits allowed, 5.85. The on-base percentage is .335. The slugging percentage for the Warriors is .259. And the fielding percentage is .901. Now let's take a look at the team stats for the Central Eagles. Their ERA is 4.95. Hits allowed, 7.37. The on-base percentage is .396. The slugging percentage is .341. And the fielding percentage is 8.890. Now let's take a look at the lineups. First for the Westside Warriors. Leading off for Westside, number 9, Cole Payton, the All-State quarterback playing center field. Batting second is the shortstop, Aiden Jackson. Then batting third at second base, Dalton Vargo. Batting cleanup, number 13, the third baseman, Cuddy George. Then comes number 6, the catcher, J.D. DePrima. Then at R.J. Gunderson in left field, number 21, followed by the designated hitter, Brett Thorell. Then comes the first baseman, Jackson Yeager. In right field, Jack Wimmer, number 24. And on the mound today for the Warriors, a sophomore, Jackson Gutta, the right-hander. This is his third outing, still looking for his first win of the season. He's got a good fastball. He can throw up to 80 to 85 miles per hour. Now let's take a look at the lineup for the Central Eagles. Leading off for the Eagles, number 7, Anthony Lind, batting second. Cole Kreber, the pitcher today, he's batting second. Batting third, Joey Craig, the center fielder. Then number 15, Brody Brown, the right fielder. Then comes Miguel Nuno, the designated hitter. At second base is Peter Sullivan, number 18. Then the shortstop, Parker Lakin. Then the catcher, Ian McDermott, number 5. Then number 6, Ben Messbarger, out in left field. And the number 9 hitter for today, number 3, Alec Weedman. Let's take a look at a close-up of Westside's starting pitcher today. It'll be the sophomore, Jackson Gutta. He's a right-hander, looking for his first win of the season. He's got 2 no decisions in 2 outings. His ERA is 1.17, and he's got a good fastball. Can get up to 80 to 85 miles per hour. So we'll be looking at Jackson Gutta today on the mound for the Warriors. And the Warriors are looking to bounce back after back-to-back losses to Creighton Prep and to Gretna earlier this week. Right now, we will take the national anthem here at Westside Field. Ready to play ball here at Westside on a windy afternoon. The sun is out, but that wind is gusting up to 20 to 25 miles per hour, and that is going to play a big factor. And the wind is blowing out to right field. I was out here earlier today for batting practice for the Westside baseball team, and a few of the players during batting practice hit home runs. One went to center field and a couple over the right field fence and one to left field. So we could see some power today from the Warriors. The Warriors all huddled up in the infield and ready to go out and play this game today against Central, trying to get back after back-to-back losses, looking for a W, trying to stay in the top 10. They're ranked 10th right now. They had lost a close game last Saturday to Gretna, 6-5, and then a tough game always against their arch rival Creighton Prep on Tuesday night. They lost to the Junior Jays by the score of 4-1, but they were in that game all the way until the end. So Central comes into this game looking for their third win of the season. And leading off for the Central Eagles will be the third baseman, Anthony Lind. The Eagles have struggled here at the start of the season. Their only two wins are against Omaha Gross and Omaha North High School. So the Eagles are looking to get back on the winning track this afternoon against Westside. The Warriors, they've had some struggles in the games that are very close. They've lost a lot of close games. Even when they've had players in scoring position, they haven't been able to knock them in. Against Gretna, the bases were loaded in the sixth inning, and it looked like they might blow the game wide open, but they had a strikeout to end the inning with the bases loaded. So the Warriors looking to bounce back after two losses to Gretna and Creighton Prep. Be interesting to see the sophomore today, Jackson Gutta. But he's got some speed. He throws all the pitches, curveball, fastball, slider. So we'll be watching him this afternoon to see if he can put the Warriors back in the winning column. So Anthony Lind will lead it off here for the Eagles. And the first pitch is a ball high. And that goes for a strike. Gutta works fast on the mound. And there's a hit to the third baseman over to first for the first out of the game. That always gives confidence to the pitcher. Gutta getting that first batter out.
Batting second for the Eagles, senior pitcher, number 11, Cole Creeper.
Central's Cole Creeper now comes to the plate. He's also the pitcher. Looks at the first pitch. For a strike. The count 1-1 on the batter. Foul ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Cole Creeper, the pitcher for Central today. He had surgery last year, so he didn't play ball. Here he is at the plate, and the pitch, looks at it for another ball. The count now, 2-2 on Cole Creeper of Central. Swing and a strikeout. The first one for Gutta.
Now batting, the senior center fielder, number 10, Joey Gregg.
Batting third for Central this afternoon, the center fielder, Joey Craig. Looks at the first pitch for a strike. Gutta getting out ahead of the batters to this afternoon. Another pitch, another foul ball. Count 0-2. Joey Craig trying to get something going for Central here. And it's a ground ball back to the pitcher, over to first for the third out of the inning. 1-2-3 for the Warriors, and they'll be coming up to bat. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be back right after this.
For the Eagles, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're headed to
We're headed to the bottom of the first inning. Westside at bat. Leading off for the Warriors, number 9, the center fielder, Cole Payton. Goes against Cole Kraber of Central. And the first pitch is low for ball 1. Payton can drive the ball. Kraber takes his time on the mound. Here's the windup and the pitch. And Payton looks at that pitch for ball 2. 2-0 on Cole Payton. No score here in the bottom of the first inning. And it's a foul ball to back. The count now on Payton is 2-1. That wind not as big of a factor right now, but it can gust up to about 20 to 25 miles per hour. And Payton lines the ball down the first base line, and it goes foul. The count now on Cole Payton, 2-2. Trying to get something started for the Warriors here in the bottom of the first inning. Payton headed to North Dakota State on a football scholarship. Looks at the pitch for the third ball. 3-2 on Cole Payton. Full count. And it's hit to left field. Central comes in, battles the sun, but makes the out. So Cole Payton pops out to left field for the first out of the inning. That brings up the shortstop, Aiden Jackson.
Number 5, Aiden Jackson.
Jackson looking to get something going here for the Warriors in the bottom of the first inning. Swings, and it goes to the shortstop, over to first, and it's safe. Ball bounced to the first baseman, and Jackson outran it, and he is safe at first, so the Warriors have a runner on base.
Say goodbye, Jackson brings to the plate.
Now Dalton Bargo, the second baseman, batting third, and he's got an opportunity here with the runner on first base. Big lead by Jackson over at first. And the pitcher, Krieber, trying to keep him close. Jackson has to dive back to the bag. And Bargo looks at that pitch for the first ball. 1-0. Bargo's got an opportunity as a left-hander with that big win going out to right field. Krieber goes back, keeps Jackson close over there at first base. He's got about a 4-step lead over there. And that pitch is past the catcher, and Jackson will head over to second base off the wild pitch. The count now 2-0 on Bargo. But the Warriors got something going here in the bottom of the first inning with Jackson in scoring position at second base. See if Bargo can bring him in. And the pitch is in there for a strike. The count now 2 balls, 1 strike, 2-1 on Dalton Bargo for Westside here. And that pitch is called a ball. Now 3-1 on Bargo. He can look at this one, take his choice. And that's in there for a strike, so it's a full count on Bargo with Jackson over at second base. The wind is really gusting right now here at Westside, blowing out to right field. The pitcher, Krieber, throws it back to second base to keep Jackson close on the bag. Bargo with Jackson with a big lead over there at second base. But Central's trying to keep him close. Full count on Bargo. And it's low for ball 4. So the Warriors now have runners on first and second base here in the bottom of the first inning. And that'll bring up Cuddy George,
In a cleanup spot for the Warriors.
the third baseman, the cleanup batter. He's got a great opportunity here, only 1 out. The bottom of the first, no score. The Westside has runners on first and second base. Hits the ball into center field, and that will drive in a run. Jackson scores from second base, and the Warriors get on the scoreboard and take the lead 1-0 over Central here in the bottom of the first inning. A nice single there by Cuddy George to left field to put the Warriors on the board.
Single drives in a run brings us the catcher. He's a senior, number 6, J.D. DePrima.
J.D. DePrima trying to keep things going for the Warriors here in the bottom of the first inning. Runners on first and second. And DePrima looks at the first pitch for a strike. Warriors just need to make contact. The wind may just help them get the ball in the outfield. That wind is really strong out there. 1-0 Westside here in the bottom of the first inning. The batter, J.D. DePrima, count 1-1. And DePrima looks at that pitch for a strike. Count now 1-2. Just one out. Warriors have runners at first and second base. And the ball goes down the right field line, just foul. First baseman almost had the ball there. The count now on DePrima, still 1 ball and 2 strikes. Just one out here. DePrima tried to put it down the right field line, just foul. And the pitch is low for ball 2. 2-2. 1 out. J.D. DePrima at the plate. Taking his time in the box. Krieber takes his time. And DePrima looks at that pitch, and it's a ball. Count now 3-2, full count. 1 out. Big moment for J.D. DePrima at the plate. It's a swing to the third base, over to first, and it's fumbled by the first baseman, so that means the Warriors have the bases loaded, first, second, and third, and that brings up R.J. Gunderson, the left fielder, just 1 out for the Warriors.
And a courtesy run will be number 18, Grant Guyette. Left fielder, number 21, R.J. Gunderson.
Warriors with the opportunity to blow this game open in the bottom of the first inning, bases loaded. R.J. Gunderson at the plate. And he hits that ball into right center. And the catch is made, but that means the Warriors will score off the sacrifice fly. And it was Dalton Bargo scoring there from third base. And the Warriors now have a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning over Central. Still,
Sacrifice by Gunderson brings in a run, brings to the plate, designated hitter.
2 outs now for Central.
Brett Thorell.
Has made on Westside. 2-0. And there's the pitch. Ball 1 to Brett Thorell, the designated hitter. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Brett Thorell at the plate for Westside. Looks at the pitch, 2 balls, no strikes, 2-0 on Brett Thorell. And Thorell looks at that one for ball 3. 3-0. He can pretty much take his pitch right now, whatever he wants. And that ball was low, ball 4. So, bases loaded again for Westside here in the bottom of the first inning. And that will bring up the first baseman, Jackson Yeager.
Number 26, Jackson Yeager.
It also brings up a meeting on the mound for the Central baseball team, and they'll talk to Cole Kreber, who has struggled here in the first inning. He's given up 2 hits, 2 runs, and he's walked 2 batters. But they're going to stick with him here in the bottom of the first inning. Westside with a big opportunity here, bases loaded, 2 outs. At the plate, a good batter, Jackson Yeager, the first baseman. And Yeager drives the ball to center field, and it just drops in, and that'll score 2 runs for the Warriors. They now take a 4-0 lead over Central. A nice single there by Jackson Yeager to drive in a pair of runs with just 2 outs. So Westside now leads 4-0 here in the bottom of the first inning.
Right fielder, a junior, number 24, Jack Wimmer.
At the plate, Jack Wimmer, the right fielder. Wimmer earlier today, while they were having BP, hit a home run over the 360 sign in center field. Let's see if he can do it again. He's got runners on first and second. The count 1-0 on Jack Wimmer. Wimmer looks at the pitch, and the runner goes over to third base, and the Warriors now have runners on second and third, threatening to blow this game wide open. They're already leading by the score of 4-0. Wimmer looks at the pitch, and it's inside. Nope, it's a strike. Count now 2-1 on Wimmer. Wimmer batting 9th for the Warriors. And there's a wild pitch, and that'll score a run. Thorell comes in from third base, and now Westside has a 5-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. The count now on Wimmer is 3-1. The Warriors still have a runner over there at third base, Jackson Yeager. And the ball goes up the middle. The shortstop has it, but drops it. And Yeager will score from third base. And Wimmer will drive in a run off the air. So Westside now has a 6-0 lead over Central here in the bottom of the first inning. And the Westside batters have gone all the way around, all 9 batters here in the bottom of the first inning. Cole Payton will come to the plate. He led off with a fly ball to left field in the bottom of the first inning. Now he's batting again here in the bottom of the first. And Central has brought in a new pitcher.
Pitching change for the Eagles. Now pitching, the righty senior, number 13, Samuel Nodes.
Samuel Nodes, a senior, will be on the mound right now for Central. He's warming up, a big right-hander, trying to get something going for the Eagles here in the bottom of the first inning. There are 2 outs, but Nodes is coming in for the starter. And the Eagles have struggled here in the bottom of the first inning, letting the Warriors get 6 runs off just 3 hits. There have been 2 walks, and the Eagles have really struggled. But you look at Westside, after those 2 losses to Gretna and to Creighton Prep, they've really bounced back here at the plate. 6 runs in the very first inning for the Warriors. And the wind really hasn't been a factor here for the Warriors. Nothing's gone deep against Central. They've been singles, some errors by the Eagles, and some walks that have allowed Westside to get a 6-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. Okay, we're ready to go. Cole Payton comes up to the plate, getting flied out to left field in his first at bat. He's batting for the second time in the first inning. He's got a runner on first base. And the pitch gets away from the catcher, and Wimmer will go to second base. So the Warriors get another opportunity here to score. Wimmer in scoring position at second base. One ball, no strikes on Payton. And it's a foul ball. Back of home plate. Good crowd here at Westside on a chilly, windy Wednesday afternoon. Everybody's bundled up, got the stocking caps out. The hoods are up over the heads, and there's a drive up the middle by Cole Payton, and that the Warriors will hold, and Payton goes to second base for a double on that one. So the Warriors have runners at second and third, and that will bring up the shortstop, Aiden Jackson.
Now batting the shortstop, number 5, Aiden Jackson.
Jackson grounded to the shortstop, but he had an error in his first at bat and allowed Jackson to get on base. Batting for the second time here in the first inning. The Warriors have already batted around. Runners at second and third. Jackson at the plate, and he hits the ball up the middle, and that'll drive in one run to give the Warriors a 7-0 lead. Nice single up the middle by Aiden Jackson. That'll bring up Dalton Bargo here in the bottom of the first inning. 7-0. Westside over Central. And there's another pitch that gets past the catcher, and Payton will score from third base, and the Warriors now lead 8-0 over Central. The Eagles are really struggling here in the first inning against Westside. Lots of wild pitches, walks, and errors have enabled Westside to go out to an 8-0 lead. It's 2 balls and no strikes on the batter, Dalton Bargo. Bargo with the runner at third base. And he lines it down the right field line, just foul. And that'll make the count 2-1 on Dalton Bargo here in the bottom of the first inning. Warriors with a big lead, 8-0 over Central. Bargo looks at the pitch. It's now 3-1. Runner on third base for Westside. Aiden Jackson over there. Central gives him a look. And the ball is hit down the right field. And Central makes the catch for the final out of the inning. And boy, it was a big one. The Warriors score 8 runs off 5 hits to take an 8-0 lead after the first inning. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be right back after this.
Brody Brown.
Okay, we're going to the top of the second inning now. Central trails Westside with a score of 8-0. At the plate, the right fielder, Brody Brown for Omaha Central. The Eagles trying to get on the scoreboard after a really, really tough first inning for the Eagles. In the count, 1-1 on the batter, Brody Brown. Brody Brown. And there's a strikeout for Jackson Gutta.
Batting fifth in lineup, junior designated hitter, number 8, Corey Nuno.
That's the second strikeout of the game for Jackson Gutta. Here in the second inning, that brings up Miguel Nuno, the designated hitter for the Eagles. Gutta works fast on the mound. Been clocked at 80 to 85 miles per hour. Control today. And it's a fly ball. And it looks like the first baseman, Yeager, will take it for the out. Pop out to the first baseman by Nuno. That makes it 2 outs in the inning. And now the second baseman, Peter Sullivan for Central, will try to get something going for the Eagles here in the top of the second inning. Peter Sullivan at the plate, goes right back to the mound to Jackson Gutta, and 1-2-3 again for the sophomore pitcher. He's off to a terrific start here in the top of the second inning. We're headed to the bottom of the second, and Westside leads Omaha Central by the score of 8-0. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Third baseman, number 13.
We're headed to the bottom of the second inning here at Westside, where the Warriors hold an 8-0 lead over Central. At the plate, Cuddy George, the third baseman. He had a single to left field the first time up and drove in the Warriors' first run of the game. And George looks at the pitch. It's now 1-1 on Cuddy George. Westside off to a terrific start here. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Ball's high. Count now is 2-1 on Cuddy George. George looking for his second hit of the game. He looks at the pitch, high. Count now is 3-1. And that ball's high for another ball and a walk for Westside. So George is on
Buckman's
base.
forward and brings to the plate the catcher, number 6,
J.D.
DePrima.
DePrima, the catcher, batting. No outs with the runner on first base. Cuddy George on first. J.D. DePrima at the plate. And he falls off the first pitch. 0-1 on J.D. DePrima, the catcher. First time at bat, he hit to the third baseman but got to base on an error. Keep that first inning alive for the Warriors. And he hits the ball for a single into right field. And the Warriors will hold. They have runners now on first and second base. That brings up the left fielder, R.J. Gunderson.
Courtesy runner will be, number 18, Grant Kayak. Left fielder, number 21, R.J. Gunderson.
In his first time at the plate, R.J. hit a sacrifice fly, drove in a run. Ball goes into right center field, and it falls in, and the runners are all coming around. And R.J. Gunderson goes in for a triple off a ball to right center field, drives in a pair of runs, and Westside now has a big lead on the Eagles. 10-0 over Central. Westside 10, Central nothing here in the bottom of the second inning. Great hit there by R.J. Gunderson. A triple to drive in a pair of runs. He's got 3 RBIs on the day. Sac fly in the first inning and a triple to drive in 2 runs. Great performance today by R.J. Gunderson. Now that brings up Brett Thorell at the home plate. Thorell has a 1 strike and 1 ball here with the runner on third base. No outs. Warriors trying to keep this thing alive. 10-0 right now. Ball's high. Count now 2-1 on Brett Thorell, the designated hitter. And that ball is high. Ball 3. 1 strike on Brett Thorell. He walked the first time at bat. Could happen again. And that ball is in there for a strike. Thorell thought it was a ball. Started ahead to first base. It was high, but the umpire called it a strike. And he drives the ball down the right field line, and that is foul. Count now is full, 3-2 on Brett Thorell. Standing over at third base is R.J. Gunderson after that big triple to drive in a pair of runs. Thorell with an opportunity here. And he hits the ball into left field, and it drops in for a single, and that'll drive in a run. And he goes in for a double. A nice hit by Brett Thorell. A double, and he drives in a run to give Westside an 11-0 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. And Central will come in, and they'll make another pitching change. We'll take a timeout right now while they warm up the next pitcher. Again, Westside leads by the score of 11-0 here in the bottom of the second inning. We're back here at Westside in the bottom of the second inning. The Warriors lead by the score of 11-0 over Central. The Eagles have a new pitcher. His name is Benjamin Messbarger. He's on the mound. And Jackson Yeager comes to the plate for the Warriors. Yeager looks at the first pitch. He came up in the first inning, hit a single to left field that drove in a pair of runs. So he's looking for his second hit of the game here in the bottom of the second inning. Runner on second base for Westside. And the pitch is inside. The count now is 1-1 on Jackson Yeager here in the bottom of the second inning. And Yeager hits the ball to left field. Central's fighting the sun, but they make the out in center field. And that's the first out of the inning for Central.
Now batting for the Warriors, right fielder, number 24, Jack Wimmer.
The number 9 batter, Jack Wimmer, the right fielder, now comes up to the plate for Westside. One out. Runner on second base. Wimmer looks at that pitch for a ball. His first time up at the plate, he hit the ball to the shortstop, but he got on base off an error and drove in a run. Wimmer looks at that pitch. Ball 2, 2-0 on Jack Wimmer. Warriors have a runner on second base, Brett Thorell, looking to add to their 11-0 lead here in the bottom of the second. And Wimmer looks at that pitch. It's now 3-0 on Wimmer. Kind of a check swing. It'll be called for a strike. 3-1 now on Wimmer. Trying to knock in another run here in the bottom of the second. Wimmer swings and it's a foul ball down the left field line into the west side dugout. That brings up a full count, 3-2 on Wimmer with the runner on second, one out. Wimmer digs in the batter's box. And the pitch is low. It's called for a ball. And Hill got on base for a walk. That is the fourth walk of the game for Westside in this game. Now it'll go to the top of the order. Cole Payton.
Now batting, number 10, Tommy Conley.
No, that'll be Tommy Conley coming up to the plate now. Tommy Conley comes to the plate for Cole Payton.
Now you seen it. Go, Tommy. Hit one hard, baby. Here we go, Tanner. Let's go, 10. Tommy, here we go, Tommy. Tom. Good eye. Let's go, Tommy.
Tommy Conley at the plate. Count 1-1 with runners on first and second for Westside here in the bottom of the second inning. Conley drives the ball up the middle. Central will get the force at second base for the second out of the inning, but Westside still has runners at the corners, first and third base.
Batting next for the Warriors, junior number 19, Aaron Overgaard.
Aiden Overgaard is the batter. Aaron Overgaard. He's a junior. He's got runners at second and third here in the second inning. He's taking the place of Aiden Jackson in the lineup. Looks at the pitch. Now 2-1 on Aaron Overgaard. Overgaard hits the ball over to third base, over to first base, and it's an out. And that ends the inning. But the Warriors add 3 more runs. The score now, after 2 innings, is Westside 11 and Central nothing. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Parker Lincoln.
Here we are. In the top of the third inning. The batter is Parker Larkin, the shortstop for Central. Count now 3-0 on Parker Larkin, the shortstop. Looks at the pitch, and it's a walk. And finally, Central has a runner on base.
Number 5, Ian McDermott.
That brings up the next batter, the catcher, Ian McDermott. And the ball gets away, and Lakin will go to second base on the pitch that got away from the catcher. So we're here in the top of the third inning, and Central trails Westside by the score of 11-0. And there's a fly ball, and it goes foul behind home plate. The count on Ian McDermott is now 1-1. McDermott hits the ball down to the third base. And Westside, the ball gets free. And Central will get on the scoreboard after the wild throw over to first base. Just bounced past Yeager over there. And there goes the shutout for Westside. As Central gets on the scoreboard, it's now Westside 11 and Central 1.
Batting next, the senior pitcher, number 6, Ben Messbarger.
Messbarger, who came in for relief, is now at the plate. Messbarger's first appearance here at the plate. And he hits it past the third baseman into left field. And that is the first hit off the starter, Jackson Gutta. Here in the third inning.
Now batting for the Eagles.
This is the ninth batter for Central, Alec Weedman. Alec Weedman at the plate for the Eagles, and he has a runner on second base. The ball goes down to third, and it's a slow dribbler. And now Central will have the bases loaded here in the top of the third inning. That brings up the top of the order, Anthony Lynn for Central. And it also means a conference on the mound for the Warriors. They'll just kind of confer what they want to do with just no outs and the bases loaded here in the top of the third inning. It isn't that Central has hit the ball a lot off Gutta. They've just made some slow grounders that have allowed them a walk.
Batting is number 13, Samuel Nose.
Number 13, off the shortstop. And it goes into left field, and that'll drive in a pair of runs for Central. And Central's got something going here in the top of the third inning. Their third run. Nice hit by Weedman into left field.
That brings in 2 runs and brings to the plate number 10, Joey Craig.
Joey Craig comes up to the plate with the runner on second base. And the ball is out in left field. That is the first out of the inning. So Central trying to get something going here, and they have in the third inning by scoring 3 runs.
15,
They've got a runner on second base, and the batter is number 15, Brody Brown, the right fielder. And he hits the ball to right field. Going to make the out, but Central tries to go to third base, and they will successfully. Now they have a runner on third with 2 outs here in the top of the third inning.
Designated hitter number 8, Gordy Nuno.
Miguel Nuno, the designated hitter, now comes to the plate for the Eagles. With runners at the corners, first and third for Central here in the top of the third inning. Eagles have turned this game around, getting 3 runs here off 3 hits. And it's another fly ball to the outfield. And Westside will make the out to end the inning. But the Eagles get on the scoreboard with 3 runs off 3 hits. And now the score is Westside 11 and Central 3. We're headed to the bottom of the third inning. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Going to the bottom of the third.
We're back here at Westside Baseball Stadium for the bottom of the third inning, and Westside leads Central by the score of 11-3. Leading off with the Warriors is Dalton Bargo, the second baseman. He walked his first time at the plate, then hit a fly ball to right field and drove in a run off the sacrifice fly. So Westside trying to extend that lead here, 11-3 here in the bottom of the third. And Bargo looks at the pitch. It goes past the catcher for ball one. 1-1 on the second baseman, Dalton Bargo, here in the bottom of the third inning. That wind has died down here in the bottom of the third. And Bargo looks at the pitch. It's now 1-2 on Bargo. And Bargo swings, and it goes down the right field line all the way to the fence. He's headed to second base, and he's going to come all the way around to try to go to third base, and he's in there, slides in there for a triple. Dalton Bargo, a big hit down the right field line, a triple to lead off the bottom of the third inning for the Warriors. Big hit there for Dalton Bargo. That's the second triple of the game for Westside. Last inning, R.J. Gunderson hit a triple and drove in a pair of runs. So the Warriors threatening again here in the bottom of the third. At the plate now, Ty Madison, number 7, comes to the plate. And he hits it down to third base. The play at home, and he's tagged out at the plate. So Westside tries to score there, but Central comes up with a nice play at home plate. Bargo, after that big triple, gets tagged out at home.
Batting next for the Warriors, number 17, George Chin.
George Chin now at the plate for the Warriors. He's got a runner on first base, 2 outs on the Warriors. Thrower there to first base, a little late, but Madison dove back. Number 17, George Chin at the plate. 0-1 the count. Central trying to keep the runner close over there at first. And the ball goes past the catcher, and that allows Madison to get to second base. So he's in scoring position. Warriors trying to add on to that big 11-3 lead right now in the bottom of the third inning. 2 outs, the count on the batter, 1-1. Here's the pitch, a big swing. Count now 1-2 on the batter, George Chin. Oh, big swing by Chin, but he swings and misses, and that is a strikeout. And correction.
Number 21, R.J. Gunderson.
Okay, R.J. Gunderson comes up to the plate. Last time at bat, he hit a triple and drove in a pair of runs. This time he hits it down the left field line for a single, and that will drive in a run. Ty Madison comes in to score for the Warriors. And that makes the score now by the score of 12-3 Westside over Central here.
The run brings us designated hitter, number 22, Brett Thorell.
Big day for R.J. Gunderson, 3 RBIs on 2 hits. Nick, check that. That's 4 RBIs on 2 hits. He also had a sacrifice fly in the first inning. Brett Thorell at the plate. He comes to the plate with just a runner on first base. Count now 0-2 on Brett Thorell. Thorell, the designated hitter, looking for his second hit of the game. Swings, misses, and that's the end of the inning. The third out, but Westside adds to their lead after 3 full innings. The score is Westside 12 and Omaha Central 3. We'll be back right after this timeout.
1 hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We're going to the 4th. 12-3 in favor of your Warriors. Peter Sullivan.
We're here at the top of the 4th inning at Westside's ball field, and the Warriors lead Omaha Central by the score of 12-3. At the plate for the Eagles is the second baseman, Peter Sullivan. And the first pitch is a strike. Jackson Gutta on the mound for the Westside, and he's looked good for the first 3 innings. And the ball is to the shortstop, over to first base. And it's a wild throw, bounces in front of the first baseman, and that will be safe for the runner Central has on first base.
Now batting for the Eagles, shortstop number 4, Parker Lincoln.
Central trying to get some more runs on the board like they did last inning. Parker Lincoln, the shortstop, coming up to the plate for the Eagles. Runner on first base for Central. And the first pitch is a strike on Parker Lincoln. That wind is starting to pick up here in the top of the 4th. That pitch is high. Ball 1-1 on the shortstop, Parker Lincoln. And that's a swing and another strike. 1-2 on Lincoln. Gutta can pitch up to 80 to 85 miles per hour on the mound, only a sophomore. And that pitch is low and in the dirt. Count now 2-2 on Lincoln. The runner over at first base takes a big lead. And that pitch is foul behind the plate. Count still 2-2 on Lincoln. Gutta works fast on the mound. Doesn't waste a lot of time. Not worried about the runner over at first. And the swing, and it's into left center field, and it drops in for a single. And now Central has runners on first and second base with no outs here in the top of the fourth inning.
With two aboard for the Eagles.
That brings up the catcher,
number 5,
Ian McDermott. He comes in with an opportunity to get some more runs on the board for the Eagles. They got 3 in the last inning. They got runners on first and second and no outs. There's a hit, foul ball down the left field line. 0-1 on the batter, Ian McDermott. He was safe in his first time at bat after an error by the third baseman. This time he looks at the pitch, and it's 1-1 on McDermott. Check swing, there for a strike. 1-2 on McDermott. And a swing, foul ball behind the home plate, over by the tennis courts. Runners on first and second for Central here in the top of the fourth. 1-2 the count. And McDermott steps out of the batter's box. And the swing is another foul ball over to the dugout along third base. Count still 1-2 on the catcher, Ian McDermott, for Central. Looking to add some more runs here for the Eagles. Runners at first and second. Here's the pitch. And that's in there for a strike. And that is the third strikeout of the game for the pitcher, Jackson Gutta of
Number
Omaha
6, Ben Messbarger.
Westside. He really worked that batter, McDermott. Gutta, determined, got the strikeout. That brings up the next batter, Ben Messbarger. And the first pitch is a strike, 0-1. Runner still first and second for Central. And that ball's down in the dirt. Count now 1-1. Just one out. Gutta takes a long time on the mound looking at the pitch to see the ones he wants. Swing and a miss. Count now 1-2 on Ben Messbarger, the left fielder for Omaha Central. It's a foul ball. Count now 1-2 on Messbarger. Wind is picking up here at Westside. It's gusting up to 20 to 25 miles per hour. The Warriors lead in this game by the score of 12-3. We're in the top of the fourth inning. Runners on first and second. Another swing. Check swing. Nope. It's a ball. Count now 2-2 on Central's Ben Messbarger. And the ball goes into right field, driving all the way to the fence. And that'll drive in a pair of runs for Central. Just one, though. They're going to hold the runner over there at third base, and Central adds another run here. Nice hit there by Masbarger all the way over the right fielder to the fence for a double.
Double drives in a run. Step on the plate, third baseman. Number 7, Anthony Lynn.
Anthony Lynn leads off. The leadoff batter for Omaha Central at the plate now. The count 1-1. In his first time at bat, he grounded out to the third baseman. Westside leads 12-4, but Central threatening here in the top of the fourth inning with runners on second and third. And there's a hit into center field, and that'll drive in another run for the Eagles. Central keeping it alive here. It's now Westside 12 and Central 5. They're hitting the ball, the Eagles, and they now have a runner at third
Left
base.
fielder number 13, Samuel Knowles.
Samuel Nodes is the batter now. Gutta way out ahead of this batter. 0-2. And that ball's low for ball one. 1-2 on Samuel Nodes of Omaha Central. He's got runners at the corners, first and third, here in the top of the fourth inning. And he drives the ball down the left field line. That'll bring in a run. And now, and the throw to third base is off the mark, and that advances the runners to second and third here in the top of the fourth inning. And the Eagles have now cut this lead down to 12-6. 6 runs here in the top of the fourth inning. And that'll bring up Joey Craig, the center fielder for Omaha Central. The Eagles trying to keep this game alive. 12-6 here in the top of the fourth inning. They've scored.
Center fielder number 10, Joey Craig.
They did not score in the first or the second inning. Then they scored 3 runs in the third, and now 3 more runs here in the top of the fourth inning. But Westside still leads in this game by the score of 12-6. At the plate, Joey Craig for the Eagles. Craig looks at the pitch. 2 balls, no strikes on Joey Craig. He bats third in the lineup. And Craig hits a fly ball to left field. The catch is made. Central will hold at third base. That's the second out.
Cleanup hitter, right fielder number 15.
Central still has a
Brody
runner
Brown.
at second and third here in the top of the fourth. Up at the plate, the cleanup batter, Brody Brown, the right fielder. Big swing. 0-1 the count. This is a key moment for the Eagles with runners at second and third, and their cleanup batter at the plate, Brody Brown. The count 1-1, 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. And that's in their first strike. Count now 1-2 on Brody Brown of Omaha Central. Another big swing, and that's a strikeout to end the inning. Big strikeout there for Jackson Gutta to end the inning. But Central comes up with some more runs. 3 more here in the top of the 4th inning, but Westside still leads by the score of 12-6 over Omaha Central. We'll take a timeout and be back right after this.
And leading off for the Warriors, the junior, number 24, Jack Wimmer.
Okay, we are now heading to the bottom of the 4th inning, and Westside's Jackson Yeager at the plate to lead off for the Warriors here with the score, Westside 12 and Omaha Central 6. Jackson Yeager at the plate for the Warriors. Yeager in his first at bat singled to left field, drove in a pair of runs. In his second time at bat, he hit a fly ball to right field. This is his 3rd appearance at the plate, leading off for the Warriors here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Yeager looks at the pitch. Ball 3, 3-0 the count on Jackson Yeager. Yeager looks at the pitch, and it's a strike. 3-1. Warriors holding on to that 6-run lead. Yeager fouls the ball off. Full count. 3-2 on Jackson Yeager. No outs. Yeager, the leadoff batter here in the bottom of the 4th inning for the Warriors. The Warriors already have 10 hits in this game, heading into the 4th inning. Oh, and Yeager takes the ball into the stomach. He's hit by the pitch, and that brings him to first base. And that will bring up number 24, Jack Wimmer. Jack Wimmer at the plate.
Right fielder number 24, Jack Wimmer.
Wimmer hit a grounder to the shortstop in the first inning. Got to base on an error and drove in a run. He walked his last time at bat. First pitch is a ball to Jack Wimmer, the right fielder. Another ball, 2-0 on Wimmer. Jackson Yeager over at first base. And the pitch is in there for a strike. 2-1. Westside has a runner on first base. No outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Big swing by Wimmer. Count now 2-2. Wimmer digs in. Pitcher looks over to first base. Here's the pitch and the swing, and it's over to third base, and the throw to first is in time. The Warriors go to the top of the order.
The batting,
Tommy
number
Conley.
10, Tommy Conley.
And Conley comes up to the plate with the runner at second. Conley looks at the first pitch. It's high for ball one. Warriors could use some insurance here with the 6-run lead. And that ball's drive right into right center field for a single. And that'll drive in Yeager, and he scores. And Conley comes up with a hit to right center field, drives in Jackson Yeager, and the Warriors now lead by the score of 13-6.
Single drives in the run and brings to the plate number 19, Aaron Overgaard.
Aaron Overgaard comes up, and he's got a runner over at first base, comes up to the plate. One out, and the swing and the throw to second base, and Conley's in there, safe. The throw was a little late, but Overgaard in scoring position now at second.
Have some fun up there, kid. Go Aaron, bring him in, kid.
Conley over there at second base, Overgaard at the plate. And he looks at the pitch. It's now 1-2 on Aaron Overgaard. He's got an opportunity to increase that lead for the Warriors here in the bottom of the fourth inning. But it's a strike, and he's out. Two outs for Westside here in the bottom of the fourth inning. That brings up number 4, Dalton Bargo, the second baseman. And Bargo fouls off the first pitch. Bargo's been active in this game. He walked in his first time at bat, flied out to right field, and then hit a triple. Bargo looks at the pitch. 1-1 on Dalton Bargo. Bargo flies the ball to left field, and it's out. Count now, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Bargo. Bargo looks at the pitch. It's a ball. 2-2. 2 outs. Westside has a runner, Conley, at second base. And it's another foul ball down the left field line. Bargo waiting for his pitch. Trying to increase that lead for the Warriors. The margin is 7 right now, 13-6. Bargo swings, and it goes past the first baseman into right field, and Conley will come in, and the throw is late. He slides home, and Bargo heads into second base for a double. So the Warriors now take a 14-6 lead over Central. A nice hit by Bargo, his second of the game.
Double drives in a run. Brings us to the plate with number 7, Ty Madison.
Ty Madison comes to the plate for the Warriors. He's got a runner over there on second base, possibly to drive in. Big swing by Ty Madison.
Go, Ty. Base knock, kid. We got 2-1. Hey, stay on it, Ty. Stay on it.
And that pitch gets away from the catcher, but the runner holds over there at second base.
We go, Ty.
Bargo decides not to run. The count, 1-1, 2 outs. Right here on Ty Madison. Madison looks at the pitch, it's low, and Bargo goes over there to third base, and he's thrown out for the final out of the inning. But the Warriors increase their lead. The score after 4 full innings is Westside 14 and Omaha Central 6. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Top of the 5th for the Eagles, and stepping up to the plate, designated hitter, number 8, Gordy Nuno.
Okay, it's the top of the 5th inning. Westside leads Omaha Central by the score of 14-6 here in the top of the 5th inning. At the plate, Miguel Nuno, the designated hitter for Omaha Central. And Westside also has a new pitcher on the mound, Simon Stover, number 11, on the mound for the Warriors. He replaces Jackson Gutta, who pitched 4 innings for the Warriors. Top of the 5th inning now. Central at the plate. Count 1-1. Big swing on Miguel Nuno. Count now 1-2.
Let's go. Better timing. Not bad. Spot.
Count now 2-2 on Nuno. Simon Stover on the mound. And that ball's in there. And that's a ball. The count now 3-2. No outs here. This is the leadoff batter in the top of the 5th inning for Central. Big swing, and it's a strikeout for Simon Stover here in the top of the 5th inning for the first out.
Up next for the Eagles, second baseman, number 18, Peter Sullivan.
Peter Sullivan, the second baseman, now comes to the plate for Central. 1 out, no one on base for Central. Stover comes in. Gets the first strikeout of the game in his first batter he faces. And that's right down the pipe for another strike. Swing, and it's a slow dribbler over to third base, and the throw is just off the mark. Nope, they ruled it a foul ball. So Sullivan will come back to the plate. The count now 1-2 on Peter Sullivan of Omaha Central. No outs. Count 1-2 on Sullivan. Stover on the mound for Westside. Here's the pitch. And it's a foul ball. Count still 1-2 on Sullivan for Central. Stover works fast on the mound. Here's the pitch. And that's in there for a strikeout. His second strikeout of the game for Simon Stover.
Shortstop, number 4, Parker Lincoln.
Parker Lincoln, the shortstop, comes up to bat for Central with 2 outs here in the top of the 5th inning. Swing. Nope. It's called third strike. Called first strike. 2 outs. 0-1 the count. Count 1-1 on Lakin. Ball's high. Count now 2-1 on Lakin. Ball's low. Count now 3-1 on Lakin. And that ball's in there for a ball. And Central's Lakin heads over to first base. So after 2 straight strikeouts, Stover walks Lakin, and that brings up the catcher,
Batting next for the Eagles, the
Ian
catcher, number 5,
McDermott.
Ian McDermott.
Top of the 5th here. Westside leads 14-6. Central has a runner on first base. Ian McDermott, the catcher, at the plate. Stover trying to keep the runner. Lakin close over there at first base. Big lead by Lakin. And the ball gets loose, and Lakin heads over to second base. So the Eagles have a runner in scoring position here in the top of the 5th inning, trailing 14-6 here in the top of the 5th inning. McDermott at the plate for Central. Stover on the mound for Westside. And that's in there for a strike. Count now 1-1 on Ian McDermott. Stover looks at the runner. And that's in there for a strike. 1-2 on McDermott. Stover looks at the runner over there at second. The pitch. And it's down over to first base for the out to end the inning. Nice play there at first base. And Westside heads to the bottom of the 5th inning. The Warriors lead Omaha Central by the score of 14-6. We'll be back right after this timeout.
Going to the bottom of the 5th.
Okay, we're headed here to the bottom of the fifth inning. Westside leads Omaha Central by the score of 14-6. Coming up for the Warriors will be Ty Madison, George Chin, and R.J. Gunderson. The Warriors with an 8-run lead here in the bottom of the fifth inning. It's a windy day here at Westside's ballpark. The wind's gusting up to 20 to 25 miles per hour, and the temperature is around 40 degrees. Ty Madison at the plate for the Warriors to lead off the fifth inning. And he hits the ball over to first base. He'll toss it to the pitcher for the out, and Ty Madison grounds out for the first out of the inning here in the fifth. That brings up George Chin. George Chin at the plate for Westside.
Batting next, number 17, George Chin.
And the pitch is in there for a strike. Chin digs in, a wide stance for Chin there in the batter's box. Here's the pitch, and he looks at that one for a ball. 1-1 to George Chin here in the bottom of the fifth inning. And he hits the ball high to left field, and the left fielder battles the sun but makes the catch for the second out of the inning. And that brings up R.J. Gunderson. And Gunderson's had a big day. He drove in a run off a sacrifice fly in the first, hit a triple and drove in a pair of runs in the second, and also hit a single and drove in a run in the third inning. So 4 RBIs for R.J. Gunderson in this game. 2 balls, no strikes on R.J. Gunderson here. And that looks at the pitch. Ball 3, 3-0 to R.J. Gunderson. Gunderson looks at the pitch, goes in for a strike. 3-1 on Gunderson. And the ball goes to left center field, and Central has it for the third out of the inning. So that was quick. 1, 2, 3 for the Eagles in that game. And we head to the top of the sixth inning. And Westside still leads in this game by the score of 14-6 over Omaha Central. We'll be back right after this timeout. We're going to the top of the 6th inning. Westside leads Omaha Central by the score of 14-6. Leading off here in the top of the 6th for Central is Ben Messbarger. Messbarger comes to the plate. He singled and doubled here against Westside today, so good afternoon for Ben Messbarger. First pitch is high. Messbarger singled to left field in the 3rd inning. Then he hit a double to right field in the 2nd and drove in a run. Pitch is low. 2 balls, no strikes on Ben Messbarger. Simon Stover on the mound for the Warriors. And that's in there for a strike. 2-1, no outs here in the top of the 6th inning. Stover's pitch is inside for a ball. Count now 3-1. No outs here. Top of the 6th inning. No one on base. Stover coming off 2 strikeouts there in the 5th inning. But that one's in there for a ball. And the leadoff, Messbarger, here in the 6th inning,
Third baseman,
walks.
number 7, Anthony Lynn.
Go get a ground ball.
And now Anthony Lind is at the plate for Central with the runner on base. Ball's in there for a strike. Stover looks at the runner. Here's the pitch. And it's in there for a strike, a nice curveball. Westside leads 14-6 here in the top of the 6th inning. Central has a runner on first base.
Batting next for the Eagles, number 13, Samuel Nodes.
Samuel Nodes, the batter now for Omaha Central. First pitch is a ball. Stover looks over to second. Here's the pitch and a swing. Count now 1-1 on the batter, Samuel Nodes of Omaha Central. Central trails by 8 runs here in the top of the 6th inning. They've got a runner at second. There's the pitch. It's in there for another strike. Stover looks over to second base. Here's the pitch. And it's in there, and it's called a ball. Count now 2-2. Stover looks over to second. Here's the pitch. And it gets away from the catcher, and the runner will advance to third base. So Central threatening here in the top of the 6th inning. No out, 1 out, full count with a runner at third base. Here's the pitch, and it's to the third baseman. He looks at the runner, throws over to first for the out. Nice place by the Warriors. And that's the second out of the inning. Central still has a runner over there at third base.
2 down, step on the plate, center fielder, number
And
10,
that brings up
Joey
the center
Craig.
fielder, Joey Craig. And that ends the inning. So Westside holds on to that lead, 14-6, here after 5 and a half innings. We head to the bottom of the sixth, and the Warriors have an 8-run lead. We'll be back right after this timeout. We are headed to the bottom of the sixth inning here at Westside's ball field, and the Warriors lead Omaha Central by the score of 14-6. Leading it off for the Warriors is number 21, R.J. Gunderson, here in the bottom of the sixth inning. No, it's Brett Thorell leading it off for the Warriors here. Thorell walked his first time at bat, hit a double, and struck out in the third. Thorell looks at the pitch. It's now 1-1 on Brett Thorell here in the bottom of the sixth inning. Thorell looks at the pitch, and it's off. Count now 2-1 on Brett Thorell. The Warriors holding on to an 8-run lead here. 12 hits in the game for the Warriors. And Thorell looks at the pitch. Count now 2-2. Thorell hits it back to the pitcher, over to first base for the out. That'll bring up Jackson Yeager to the plate, the first baseman. Yeager, in the first inning, hit a single to left field that drove in a pair of runs. He also flied out to right field. And then in the fourth inning, he was hit by a pitch. And that pitch goes behind him. The Warriors already have 12 hits in this game today. And here we are in the bottom of the sixth inning. Yeager hits a ground ball over to shortstop. Here's the throw. And he's out. So that's the second out of the inning. 2 grounders by the Warriors. That brings up number 24, the number 9 batter, Jack Wimmer. Wimmer hit a ground ball to the shortstop, but he was safe on an error, drove in a run, walked, and grounded out to the third baseman his last time at bat. Count now 2-0 on Jack Wimmer. Here in the bottom of the sixth inning, no one on base, 2 outs. Big swing by Wimmer. Count now 2-1, 2 outs. Wimmer takes his time in the batter's box. Catcher doing the check on his equipment, on his face mask. Now we're ready to go. Here's the pitch. And it's a foul ball off the backstop. Count now 2-2 on Jack Wimmer. He's the number 9 batter in the order for the Warriors. There's already 2 outs in this inning. The Warriors holding on to an 8-run lead, 14-6. Here's the pitch. And Wimmer looks at it. It's a ball. Full count, 3-2 on Jack Wimmer here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here's the pitch. Wimmer looks at it for a ball, and he'll head over to first base on a walk. And that'll bring up the leadoff batter, Tommy Conley. Tommy Conley at the plate.
Number 10, Tommy Conley.
And Conley hits the ball over to third base. It's a long throw, but it's in time for the 3rd out of the inning. So, Westside still leads in this game after 6 innings. The score, Westside 14 and Omaha Central 6. We'll be back right after this timeout.
We go to the 7th in favor of your Warriors.
Whew.
Number 15, Rudy Brown.
We're headed to the final inning, the top of the 7th now. And it's a fly ball to center field. And Westside gets it for the 1st out of the inning. Again, the Warriors lead in this ball of the game by the score of 14-6 over Central. The Warriors have 12 hits, 14 runs, while Central has 8 hits and 6 runs. They also have 2 errors in the game. Alec Weedman comes up to the plate for Omaha Central here in the top of the 7th inning. Here's the pitch by Stover. And it's fouled off. Oh and 1 on Weedman. 1 out here in the top of the 7th. Weedman looks at the pitch. 1-1 now. Here's Stover's pitch. And it's a swing and a miss. Foul ball. Stover on the mound. Here's the pitch. And it's a check swing and a strike. And that's a strikeout. The second one of the inning. So 2 outs. Westside
Batting for
holding
the
to that
Eagles,
14
number
to 6
1, Drew
lead.
Schaefer.
All they need is 1 more out to end this game. Stover on the mound. And that's Drew Schaefer at the plate for Omaha Central. He looks at the pitch, and it's in there for a strike. 0-2 on the batter, Drew Schaefer, Omaha Central. Here's Stover's pitch, and it's back to Stover. He runs after it, throws to first base, and the runner for Central stumbles and falls down, and that's the ball game, folks. Westside wins it. The final score in the game was Westside 14 and Central 6. The Warriors come up with 8 runs in the first inning to take control of this game, and they really dominated this ball game by the score of 14 to 6.
I do believe we're going to be about right on time for our reserve game. So stick around. And if you are a little hungry, a little thirsty, concessionary.
We're back at Westside's ball field where they beat Omaha Central this afternoon by the score of 14-6. The Warriors had 12 hits compared to 8 for Omaha Central. The Eagles had 2 errors on that game. But one of the star players for Westside today was the catcher, J.D. Prima? DePrima?
This is Gunderson.
Okay, R.J. Gunderson, I'm sorry. R.J. Gunderson, the left fielder, had a big day at the plate. Probably the big hit was in the second inning when he hit a triple and drove in a pair of runs. R.J., congratulations on the win today. How did it feel?
Felt great. Yeah, we attacked in the early innings, and it helped us a lot. And we came earlier today and got a few extra cuts in, and I think that helped a lot. And we got our big game tomorrow against Lincoln Southeast, and I hope we do well against them tomorrow.
Yeah, I was here earlier this afternoon, and you guys had like almost a practice game out there on the ball field. How much did that help you guys today?
I think it helped a lot. Definitely got us more focused and hit a lot of more hard balls today. And I think, yeah, we just attacked the plate today, which is good.
Talk about that triple there in the second inning. What were your thoughts there at the plate?
I was thinking right center the whole at bat, and that's what I got is right center gap, triple.
RJ, after those 2 close losses to Gretna and Creighton Prep, what's this win mean for this team as you try to turn things around?
I hope we keep moving forward and start winning, because everything matters in May once we get rolling. And so I hope we do well these next couple games, get a couple dubs, and then get good seeding for May.
Well, RJ, congratulations on the game today. Big win, 14-6 over Omaha Central. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, that was R.J. Gunderson for Westside. Had a big day at the plate. He had 4 RBIs in the game and 2 hits, including that triple. R.J. Gunderson, thank you very much for today's game. We're going to try to get the head coach of the Warriors, Otis Seals, over here. We're back here at Westside's baseball field where they beat Omaha Central today by the score of 14-6. With me is the head coach of the Warriors, Otis Seals. Otis, congratulations on the win today, and you couldn't ask for a better first inning for your team with 8 runs. What was that like?
That was a good inning for the guys. We've been working on our offense quite a bit, and it hasn't quite clicked just yet. And so today to kind of come out and have it work out that well was really good for us.
Tell me what was working right for the team today. R.J. Gunderson told me it was the batting practice, the simulation game you had earlier before the game this afternoon. You were out here early. Did that make a big difference for this team?
Well, it must have. I don't know. We take a lot of batting practice, take a lot of pride in our offense, and it hadn't clicked till today. And so we just decided as a coaching staff, last night that we would try and do a simulated game and kind of put the kids more into like some game situations, some game pitches instead of just batting practice type stuff.
Well, it worked great for the team, especially for R.J. Gunderson. He had 4 RBIs, including that big triple in the bottom of the second inning. Talk about R.J. and his game today.
Yeah, R.J.'s one of those kids that, he's first of all like a coach's dream to have on the team because he's always here early and always stays late and helps out his team in any way that he can. So that's first and foremost. But he's another one of the kids that's been working really hard on his hitting, and it hasn't quite clicked for him yet. And then finally today he kind of had a breakout day, which is good, and I'm sure he'll carry that momentum as we move forward.
Well, you had a strong pitching performance from a sophomore, Jackson, but also Simon really came on in relief there and shut him down when it looked like Central was trying to get something going. Talk about your pitching performance today.
Yeah, I think you said it. Jackson Gutta gave us some really good innings in the beginning, and I just thought they started to get to him a little bit in the fourth, and so we moved to Simon, and Simon's really been one of our shutdown guys all year, and so he came in and was able to shut the door hard on him, which I think helped us.
Well, you got through those 2 close losses to bounce back with a win, and just tell me how this season is going right now as you get back on the winning column.
It's going, I think the record sometimes can be deceiving, and we're, we've had 4 losses, and they've all 4 been to top 10 teams, right. And so we're, we're kind of going through it. We have a few growing pains with some new guys and some new positions, and so every one of those games is an opportunity to learn something about our team and for the kids to learn something about themselves. And so I think once we put it all together and we have great pitching with great defense and our hitting clicks finally, we'll be just fine.
Well, Otis, it's been a chilly afternoon, a lot of wind and cold out here, but congratulations on the win. You pick up your 5th win of the season. Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, that's Otis Seals, the head coach of the Warriors. Again, they win this game over Omaha Central by the score of 14-6 to raise their record to 5-4 on the season. That's it from Westside's ball field. I'm Ross Jernstrom. Thanks for joining us on Westside Wired here, and we enjoyed having you watch the game. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.